Hello everyone, this is Donna from Vote Voiced. Now I'm coming on here and I'm making this extensive TikTok because it's important that everyone has the proper information. I'm coming on here because I received a text message to myself personally that said that the deadline for requesting an absentee ballot in Michigan was October the 21st. But that was incorrect. I want you to listen to what I'm about to tell you. All this information is coming directly from Michigan.gov. Even the tools that we use on votevoice.com are tools that give you the correct information through Michigan.gov, one way or another. All of our information, even if I summarize it, is coming from Michigan.gov, the Secretary of State. I learned the importance of this a few years ago, especially when a lot of misinformation was going around about voting. And it's still, I know a lot of people don't mean it, but some people do mean it. Some people deliberately are giving out misinformation. Okay? The actual day to vote is November 5th, 2024. The polls open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you are in line, stay in line, because you will have the opportunity to vote. Let me tell you about absentee voting in Michigan. All registered voters in Michigan have the right to vote by mail using an absentee ballot delivered to their home. Now, voters can request an absentee ballot directly from their local clerk's office. Absentee ballots are available beginning 40 days prior to every election. Michigan voters can now join the permanent absentee ballot list by checking a box on the application to automatically receive an absentee ballot for every election. A voter must submit an absentee ballot application to their local clerk before an absentee ballot can be sent, unless they're on the permanent absentee ballot list. Absentee ballots are available and distributed again 40 days before the election. Now, you can decide to be placed on a permanent absentee ballot list. Your clerk will then automatically mail you an absentee ballot for all local, state, and federal elections. This is a wonderful thing. Now, voters must submit a completed absentee ballot application to their local clerk online. Once the ballot application has been processed, the absentee ballot will be mailed again 40 days before the election. Now, the information required to request a ballot online is your name, a driver's license number or acknowledgement that you do not have a Michigan driver's license or ID, your date of birth, eye color, last 4 digits of your social security address, your mailing address, and an uploaded signature or authorization to use your stored digital signature on file with the Secretary of State. Now, the deadline on all applications may be submitted until 5 p.m. the Friday before Election Day. This is important. All applications may be submitted online until 5 p.m. the Friday before the Election Day. Now, I looked at the calendar, and that's November 1st, 2024. To ensure there's enough time to receive and return an absentee ballot, you got to plan on submitting the absentee ballot application online at least 15 days before the election. Okay? Now, voters with print disabilities may apply for an accessible electronic absentee voter ballot that can be completed electronically, printed, and returned to the local clerk's office. Okay. Now, an absentee ballot is to be completed by understanding that the absentee ballot envelopes will contain a ballot, a secrecy sleeve, and ballot marking instructions. Voters who make a mistake when filling out an absentee ballot must request a new ballot from their local clerk's office for the error to be corrected. Mistakes may include signing in the wrong place, listing the incorrect date, signing with a different signature than what is on file with your local clerk, or accidentally marking a non-preferred vote on the ballot. Voters should complete their absentee ballot carefully following the instructions included with the ballot. Instructions may differ based on the type of election. Voters may contact their local clerk office with any questions about completing the ballot. Now, what you do when you want to complete your absentee ballot is that completed ballots should be inserted into the secrecy sleeve as instructed. This is very important. A lot of people forget to do this. Voters must sign and date the return envelope on the provided space. Voters should use their signatures shown on their driver's license, state ID, or voter registration application. If a voter's signature does not fit in the provided space, a shorter signature that resembles the signature on record may be used. Voters may also sign a shortened version of their first name, for example, Bill for the name William. Now, voters have several options to securely return their completed and signed absentee ballot envelope. Absentee ballots must be received by your local clerk's office by 8 p.m. on election day to be counted, with the exception of the military and overseas ballots, which must be postmarked on or before election day and received by their local clerk within 6 days after the election to be counted. Now, options for returning your absentee ballot is by mail. You can do that on election day, at an early voting site, or at a clerk's office. Now, if you want to use your drop box, you can do that on election day, at an early voting site, or at your clerk's office. Okay, now voters can mail their completed and signed absentee ballot to their local clerk's office using the provided prepaid envelope. You do not need a stamp. Okay, now your deadline is mailed absentee ballots from all voters except military must be received by the local clerk office by 8 p.m. on election day. Okay, now in the drop box. Okay, the deadline, the ballots must be inserted in a drop box by 8 p.m. on election day to be counted. All right. If you pick up a ballot the day of the election, you must fill it out there and give it to the clerk. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. I just want you guys to know that absentee ballots are very secure. Okay. The records and procedures there are records and procedures to prevent double or fraudulent voting. Official signature verification to confirm the ballot's validity. Secured locked drop boxes, locations, and video monitoring. And the processing features bipartisan election workers. Listen. You can visit us at www.votevoice.com, okay, and take a look at our website, and we have plenty of availability, plenty of things available there to help you to register, to track your ballot, to get election reminders, to pledge to vote. We got a free vote plan checklist. Make sure you plan to vote, okay? And also don't forget, you can go to michigan.gov, okay? And get all your information about voting. And listen, go to our website and make a donation. We are secure. You can make a donation through Act Blue. And I thank you guys for listening, and don't forget to vote.